Welcome everybody to this tutorial of Python in which we'll learn why and how to use a getter, a setter and a deleter in Python. Now with that said, let us jump right into the code. So here I have a class of student which basically has got two parameters, which is name and last name. I'm then going ahead and creating an object of this student called S1, having the first name as Tom and the last name as Good. Now what I can do is I can go ahead and print both of these instance variables such as the object s1 dot name, and in the same way I can do print s1 dot last name. Upon execution of this code, you will be able to see both your name and your last name being printed in the console right here. Now, in this situation, what if I would want another parameter, okay, of my class, which basically holds the full name? So what I can easily do is I can create another parameter such as self dot full name, and I can assign this to my self dot name plus self dot last name. Okay, now this is a very crude way of doing things. A better way of doing it would be something like a placeholder space a placeholder dot format, and I would have to give both of these parameters inside of my format function. Now for those who do not know how to use this, I will be providing the link in the description below so you can look at various ways of formatting a string. So now what I can do is let me also go ahead and print the object s1 dot full name, and upon execution you would see that even the full name is being printed in the console below. Now with all that said, this particular method has got a drawback as well. The drawback, guys, is that your full name variable is updated only once because it is there in your constructor. Therefore, if I were to change any value, for example, let me change the name from from Tom to Jack, like this, then my full name over here will not be updated because this piece of code is not called again. So let me just print the full name again. Let me run this. And as you can see that although I've changed my name to Jack, the full name still is Tom Good. It is not updated. So many of us would do this is that instead of using it as a variable, we would basically create a function. So what I can do is I can create a function like def get full name, and I would do a return right here and return the values. So now instead of going ahead and calling the variable of my particular object, what I can do is I can go ahead and call the function call as get full name, and this basically would always go ahead and fetch your latest values. So now when I run it, you'd see that the code works fine. But this is not a very good practice. Yes, it does solve your issue, but it's not a good practice. The reason is in Python especially, when you have a class, the role of a variable is to store values and the role of a method is to perform a particular action. So your full name right here, okay, is basically storing a value. It does not perform any action. So it is always good to have values like name, last name, full name has parameters, has variables, and not to have it as your methods. Now we can do this by using your getter, setter and your deleter functions. So now let us go ahead and use your very first function, which is your getter function. So guys, in Python, in order to convert a function into a property or a variable, we basically use a getter function. You simply do that by typing @property right above your function. And in this way, your function over here, which is get full name, will now be treated as a variable of a particular class. And therefore, in order to access this particular function, I need not type it with a parenthesis. I can just type it like this. So s1 dot get full name. Let me save this and let me run it. And as you can see, that works fine. We'll also make a few changes to the naming convention. You see, get full name resembles the naming convention of a function. So we can use def full name. Let me remove this piece of code from here now. Let me save this. And now this would make much more sense. S1 dot full name, which basically resembles how you would access a particular variable or a property of a particular class. Here we go. For those who are using Java and other programming languages, the way we are using your getter setters in Python will differ from how you all use it. Okay. Now that we have learned how to create a getter function, we will now learn how to create a setter function as well. The steps will remain the same. We are going to create a function with the exact same name, which is full name, like this. And this function will not be returning a value, but it will be setting the value. Which two values? The values of my parameter name and the parameter last name, not parameters, variables. But note one thing is that when you're creating a setter function, your function can only accept one value or one parameter. So let this parameter name be full name. So guys, why does it accept only one parameter? You see, the way we are setting a particular variable of a particular object is something like this. So s1.fullname is equal to, we are setting it to a particular value. Therefore, since we can pass only one value to it, therefore your function can accept only one parameter. So in order to set two particular values here in our condition, what we can do is we can pass the values in a specific format. So let this format be something like your first name hyphen your last name. The format can be decided by y'all. Okay, so this particular value, which is set to full name, is passed to this particular parameter right here, which is full name. Therefore, I can set self.name is equal to the particular value dot split. I'm splitting it on the basis of what? On the basis of hyphen. So split on the basis of hyphen. And which parameter I want? I want the very first object of this particular split. So first object is going to be Jill. And in the same way, the second object in my array or in my list is going to have the value which is good. Now, in order to convert a function into a getter function, we use a decorator called as @property. In the same way, we can convert a function into a setter function by using the attribute or by using the decorator, which is the exact same name as your function, which is full name, like this, dot setter. Now note that you can perform this only when you have created a property function of the exact same function right here. So if I did not have this particular function here, as you can see, it will throw me an error. So if you're going to use @function name.setter, you have to make sure that you have already created a function name with the decorator property before it, else it's not going to work. So let me save this. We come back over here, and now what I'll do here is, after I'm setting the value to Jill Good, let me go ahead and print the full name all over again. Let me save this and give it a run, and as you can see that the values are changed. I can also go ahead and just print out the name again just to be sure. As you can see, the name here is Jill. So your getter as well as your setter is working perfectly fine. Now that you know how to create a setter, a getter, we'll also learn how to create a deleter as well. The steps to create a deleter is basically the exact same thing. So what we'll do here is we'll copy this particular setter function and I'll paste it below right here, and I'll make a few changes. I need to change dot setter to dot deleter. That's the number one step. Since it's a deleter, it will not accept any parameter whatsoever. So what do I mean by a deleter? So For guys who do not know, we basically use a keyword called as delete or del, and then we use the object name dot your variable name. Since you're creating the deleter for the variable called as full name, therefore s1 dot full name. When you delete this particular variable, you basically are calling this particular function right here. So what I'll do here is, the moment I delete, I can set the values to null, or I can set it to something called as NA. I mean anything that depends on your application. So let me just do one thing. Let me just set both the values to NA, and then maybe if this was a real application, I would also go ahead and maybe delete values from the database as well, something like that. So that's a reason why we use a deleter. So let me save this. Since I've deleted the particular variable right here, let me also go ahead and print the full name right after it. Let me run this particular program, and as you can see in the output, upon deletion, it is also deleting it from the database. As well as when I go ahead and call the full name, right now I'm getting NaNA, which basically means a particular variable has been deleted. So guys, that is it about how to use your getter, your setter, and a deleter in Python. This is basically just used as we have just seen right here, in which we are converting a function to a particular variable, or in short, we are telling Python to access your functions as you would access a particular variable in a class. So if you have any other questions in this particular topic, do comment below. I will help you out. If you like my series on Python, do show your support by liking and sharing this video, and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you all for watching.